If you want to see how to work with decreased dexterity due to injury, arthritis, cold or wearing gloves, stay tuned. If you can do this, then your fingers are mobile. If you're cold and numb, you're unable to do this. This is a great test to see if your manipulation is impaired or not. Although I've showed a number of these tips before, I'm now updating them in the light of experience. For example, the tabs on your Ziploc plastic bags should be made of something that's going to stick long term. Also, you should be able to open it with your teeth and fingers. So you can actually do it one-handed if you need to. For single-use items, one-way plastic money bags are great. You can open them one-handed and even use your teeth if you need to. A cord makes a zip puller easier to use, but if the puller itself is broken, quite often you can replace it with a key ring. You can open and even close Fastex buckles one-handed, something you can't do with other buckles, but I don't know how they function in very cold temperatures. Raw metal can be slippy, especially if you've got gloved or wet hands. It can also be dangerous if it's cold because naked flesh will stick to it. You can use some cloth tape to make it less slippy and also more thermally efficient. Safe walk strips can be attached to lids and tins to increase the friction to make them more easily opened with wet, cold or gloved hands. However, the glue will melt at high temperatures, so if you're using a spare lid to make char cloth, you need another idea. Here I've used a hook. Clip and lock boxes are much easier to open and close than snap lid boxes. Childproof locks apparently are very good, although most children find out how to open them very quickly. If you want to make it easier, you either replace or modify the top, or use a different container. Knots and even bows can be impossible to get out if they're cold and frozen and wet. However, a push toggle can be used and you can use it single-handed. So make sure that the carrying bag you're using is a little less snug than it needs to be, so you can get the contents in and out single-handed. Although it's a bit of a pain doing everything one-handed or wearing gloves, don't let it stop you. Get out there, get training. You know it makes sense. It'll serve you well.